Hello everyone, LJ here, and yes, it's been a while since I've uploaded any videos. I do apologise about that. It has been a strong minute. I know I've been lately uploading some Savage Crucible videos. Just obviously, as we know, the Gears of War figures got cancelled from Storm. So there's not really been much Gears wise, but I tell you what, there's a couple of Gears videos coming up. This is one of them, and there's one after this. Anyway, this is my unarmored New Hope Locust. So, in Gears 4, Gears 5, sorry, in Gears 5, when Kate and Del are walking through the destroyed New Hope facility, there's these big glass tanks, and in these big glass tanks are these I'll explain why this keeps happening in a minute. Yeah, there's these big glass tanks, and there's a bunch of drones in them, and it turns out they are the first. He's going to slowly right, I am going to explain why he keeps doing that. I'm going to try and see if I can get him into a better pose, see if we can prevent him from falling. I'm keeping all this shit in, by the way. It makes for a good video. Have we got him? Maybe. We'll see for now. Yeah, and basically what they are is they are the first perfected drones made by the scientists for the COG. And that inspired me to want to really make one of those guys. And then I saw a photo, which I'll try and edit into the video. And if I was able to, you'll see it on the left-hand side of the video. That inspired me to really want to make him even more. Now, trying to think of a great base body to make an unarmored Locust was a nightmare, because there wasn't really many figures that had that look. And then obviously Savage Crucible has been one of my top companies at the moment. Probably is the top company I purchased from at the moment. Great figures, great company, great community. So when I saw one of their slates, which is their bare bones figures, which has no armor, just a scaly lizard, first thing that clicked in my brain was this would be like a perfect body. Now, only downside is the lizards, even though they are really like ripped, like they've got six packs, their thigh muscles, their biceps, it's all like ripped. But compared to a Locust, these figures are quite scrawny. So I wanted to tie this in because height wise, I'll do a quick comparison next to an Anthony Carmine. Obviously, I know he's like crouching, so I can get him to stand up straight without falling down, if I can manage. As you can see, he's just a tad bit tiny. So, this is where my story comes in. I've made a custom story for this guy, and I'm going to share it with you guys now. The one who was left. New Hope facility, the day of the Locust escape. I'm just going to lean him back here. You guys can see him from afar. Yeah. As Mira and E1S and all the Locusts were escaping underground from the mountains, Mira saw unfinished experiments in glass chambers. She demanded that they were brought with them for those who still slept and to break them free. As they were leaving, Mira had noticed one still in the chamber sleeping that was thinner and smaller. Leave him. We cannot afford weakness if we are to survive. Let the humans have this one. But hear me, my children. No more. Mira cried as she turned her back and ran with the Locusts. Years later, this Locust was used as experiments and tested on by following scientists at a different hidden location. He was the source of how the Locust anatomy was discovered. Eventually, he heard the call for war. So he broke free and made his way home to Mira and the Horde, the one who was left. So that's the story for this character. So let me just bring him in a bit closer. I want to thank Norva Ragnar, good friend of mine, for sending me this drone head to work. I mean, I tried a Theron head and it was huge. This drone head worked out a lot better, and trying to customize it to where it would actually fit on the body. It's not fully perfect, but you know, when he's like that, it looks good. So thanks again, mate, for making this custom possible. I did the locust branding on the chest by using some foam clay and some blue stuff molding, like it's kind of like that weird thermoplasty. So you put it in boiling water and then you put it over something, it becomes like a mini rubber mold. So I used that to make this, and then I used the slate, which if you look at the shoulders, it's a green slate, so it's their Savage slate, and I basically just painted him dark grey, dry brushed this blue grey over him, and then these feet had 4 toes, well I think 5, and I trimmed 2 off because in the photo I didn't realise locusts have 3 toes. So yeah, and with the Savages they normally have a tail here. I had to remove that tail, plug that hole, and yeah, we got this really cool thin-ish but still quite I mean, oh, the rubber band's now coming up. No, damn it, didn't need that to happen in the video. Hopefully I won't need the rubber band anymore. The rubber band was just to try and keep the foam belt in place because the glue kept coming undone here. So hopefully I won't need that anymore. But yeah, this is just a nice ripped locust. He is thinner, he is smaller than his others, but you know, it's still a really cool unarmored locust. If Savage Crucible, I know they're not going to for a while because they're kind of being done with the lizard line. If they ever did a like proper chunky Lemurian, then I would definitely make a second one of these guys, a bit more accurate. Need to be taller, much bulkier. So if they ever did that, I would definitely do another one of these guys. But yeah, so this is my first time putting my love for Gears of War and my love for Savage Crucible together. And I mean, just overall, he looks really cool. And despite the fact that he is slightly smaller than a gear, you know, it's not the first locust I've made who was slightly smaller than a gear. If you guys all remember my Loco custom, and we all remember how Mira treated him because of being different. Yeah, I just, you know, I thought it would be nice to put my 2 loves for 2 different companies together. So Savage Gears and cool little locust. So for anyone who hasn't seen these figures before, quickly just delve into articulation. So they've got these really cool butterfly joints that come out like that. So you can get some really good posing. You can even get some really good... Oh, the belt's now come loose. Damn it. The glue, it's been glued for ages. Where's the elastic band? You guys can see the struggles of a customizer on camera. Alright, so let's put this band back over the belt. Keep it in place. There we go. Band's back over the belt. But as I was saying, yeah, you can see you get some really cool like posing there. Then if I just take the weapon away, you got this really nice bicep. Now the bicep is a separate piece, so you can move the bicep independently from the elbow. Got a nice double jointed elbow, gets you up to about that. And then the trigger hand can move like this. And then these clawed hands, they open you a more traditional way. I don't know the fancy terms for the hinges. Then you got this nice chest articulation there. Nice waist there. Got a nice thigh swivel there. Legs can go out that far. Lovely double jointed legs. Very nice. And then you've got ankle, which can swivel up, down, and then the ankles and feet can pivot, and then there is a toe hinge. Oh. Shit. I'm gonna have to redo the belt. Never mind, let's just take that off and remove the band. I could just, you know, I'm just gonna keep him like this because I thought this would look too weird, but this is how they look. I'm not gonna bother with the belt then. The belt can do one. I'm just gonna keep him like that. Screw it. Because that's how they looked in the thingy. They were just in their underwear, basically. But overall, this is just a really fun custom to work on. You know, the idea of having an unarmored locust is something that we don't really have. I know we've got some topless locusts, but we haven't had a fully unarmored locust where you get to see their full anatomy. And this is what they would look like, which is really cool. Now, the reason his feet's a bit funny is because he's on the original feet, which has the toe hinge. Savage Crucible did release these beautiful new feet that don't have the toe hinge, that don't allow figures to do that. For example, I've got Como of the Isles here, and he's got the non-toed articulation. And as you can see, he stood up straight away with ease. He's not falling over. He's not tilting. He's not rocking. It is weird how putting Como next to the one who was left is now not falling. It's like Como's giving him some counterbalance. But yeah, so, I mean, obviously height-wise, they're going to scale quite nicely. But also, yet again, the locusts are lizard-like creatures. And if you know the Savage Crucible stories and world, there is a porthole where different planets, different beings are falling through these portholes daily. I mean, locusts would fit into this world. They are just extra scaly, extra buff creatures. So you could make an army of locusts and throw them into the Savage Crucible world, and it would be awesome. So yeah, this is the first Savage Crucible Gears figure I've ever seen anyone do. I'm glad to be the first one to do it, and there he goes again. But yeah, I'm happy to be the first one to actually make a Gears of War tied in with Savage Crucible figure. It's super exciting to have done. And I hope you guys enjoyed this custom. Anyway, you take care, you wonderful people. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.